This is the beginning of part 4 of the restoration project for December of a Hofner arch top, which I'm now being told by the Hofner Guitars Forum is a 456, which is a middle ranking arch top made of laminated maple all over. Probably from about 1963, 4, 5, something like that. Has a truss rod, has 2 pickups, and they are the Hofner kind with a diamond shape pressed into the covers. I don't know, I'm not setting myself up as some kind of expert on the history of Hofners. Probably not one of the Selmer marketed range though, because this is Norway, not the UK. Anyway, I've been listening to the sound from part 3, and being really objective about it, it seems to me that the better tone came from the bridge loosely assembled, not even glued together, and without any kind of saddle on the top of it. So basically wood, 3 pieces of wood stacked under the strings, the top part being either oak or walnut and the bottom feet being mahogany. That to me seems to be the most harmonically complex sound. And then when I glued it together, I glued the feet on with tight bond, and I glued the tusk or hard plastic saddle on the top with araldite. I've lost something. I mean, it sounds way more mellow than the adjustable ebony bridge, the shop bought bridge that was the first thing I tried. But I've done the one thing that you shouldn't do if it's an experimental situation. I've gone from one situation and I've changed 3 different variables. So I played the bridge loosely assembled, I got a good tone. I then did 3 different things. I glued together the wooden parts, that's the first variable. The second variable is I introduced something on top of the wood, the hard plastic sliver of saddle. And the third thing I did was I fitted the bridge to the top of the guitar by profile sanding it. So changing 3 variables and getting a different result, it leaves you wondering what was it that I changed that's given me that different result. I suspect it's the plastic saddle, so that the first thing I'm going to do is grind that off and see what happens to the tone then. So this is a talking head introduction to this part 4. I realised that taking this off is a bit of a drastic job, and so instead of doing that first, I've decided to shorten the bridge length, open up the middle so to reduce the contact area with the top, and just slim the whole thing down a little bit. And I'm going to put that back on, set the intonation, and see how the tone sounds now. Here I'm trying to show you 2 things. First of all, the fact that I've removed wood, so there's more gap here in the centre. I've shortened these wings of the bridge, but I've also filed out a compensation ramp here, because I found the only way to intonate the G string was to do that. Very common on bridges to have that. Still a little dull, but I'm dark. I think it's fine. I'm going to go with it. So now we'll turn our attention to the tuners and getting the pickups working. And I'm just pushing them home using an ordinary G cramp. This is pretty easy stuff. Pretty good sound. It's quieter than I would expect from a guitar this size, so I think I could take away a bit more weight from this quite bulky bridge. We'll see. And the action's high because I've left it so. I want to have a bit to play with, so I can lower the bridge if I need to. Okay. So the guitar came with no control cover plate, and I'm guessing it was probably a sort of fake mother of pearl rectangle carrying the 3 knobs and maybe a switch. I've never liked the idea of this square, this right angle rectangle on Hofner guitars that are otherwise completely made of curves. So I'm seeing what I can do that's a bit better than that. Almost forgot to take an image of this ornamental plate before cutting it up completely. This is to make the control cover for the potentiometers and switches. And I just bought it in a church-related charity shop called HMS Genbrook. Sounds like a ship, doesn't it? But it's not. So yeah, there's the before picture. Holding it left-handed, that's not going to work. Let's do it properly. Two-handed it's going to have to be. I don't have a drill bit the right size now for the potentiometer shaft, so to the shops tomorrow.
Are you talking?
So there we are. I've made a control panel. And I think I may take it now to my friend Thomas, just down the road, to fix the wiring for me. Okay, there's clearly output from the pickups, but the wiring is all shot. For now, that's the end of the restoration of this Hofner guitar. Well, it's a postponement until after Christmas, so thank you for watching up to now, and you'll see the final part where Thomas will have rewired it for me and I'll be playing it amplified, probably in January. So all the best, happy Christmas and happy New Year. Goodbye.